Barnes and I'm from Durham. There's so many things I enjoy about living here. What do you enjoy about living here? Is it the clean water and healthy environment? Is it the recreational opportunities afforded you? What about our historic buildings and places? I want to tell you about a campaign that will protect all those things that make Durham special. Land for Tomorrow is a statewide campaign to protect and sustain North Carolina's cultural and natural heritage. Land for Tomorrow will improve the quality of life for all citizens of Durham. Let's hear from some of them now. Land for Tomorrow means clean water.
Clean water? Why is it important? Water is everything.
Water is kind of like what makes us healthy.
We need clean water for fishing, we need clean water for swimming, we need clean water for drinking.
One of the great things about the Eno River is what good quality the water and the surrounding area has, and a lot of that is thanks to the creation of the park and the protection of over 4,000 acres of land in the park since the 1970s. None of this could have happened without many of the state trust funds. We've got the Clean Water Management Trust Fund, the Parks and Rec Trust Fund, and the Natural Heritage Trust Fund. All three of those regularly fund acquisition of land that goes into the park and other protection in the watershed.
Money, of course, is the root of all land acquisition. Individual counties just simply cannot afford it. They cannot afford to buy a great deal of land to protect it, to set it aside. So the state, through a trust system, is the only way we can really go.
The overall goal is to have 6,000 acres along the river. So there definitely is still a ways to go in terms of adding areas to the park for recreation and for protection of the water quality.
Land for Tomorrow means parks, trails, and green spaces.
We do kind of need more places to walk, and we do need more places to play.
It affects a lot, having conservations, green areas in the city, helps, the people, to enjoy these areas, and at least, to have a break.
We should have places to go. People could go to the park and play basketball or soccer or whatever. I mean, this it's better for the children. I mean, grown-ups need parks. People need parks.
It's incredibly important for Durham to have a green space because it improves the quality of life downtown. It adds to the overall community and gives people a place to relax, eat lunch, and to bring their children. You've got about 5 acres that spans from Rigsby Street up here to the east to Morris Street to the west, basically about 3 city blocks. We've reclaimed and made this a green space. The trail that connects the northern part of town to the American Tobacco Trail comes right through Durham Central Park, and that's where we're standing right now. The construction that you can see over there right now will be the home of the Durham Farmers Market that's here every Saturday from April 1st through November, the end of November. Typically on a standard Saturday, about 1,000 people. And all the produce is locally grown.
The farmers market is so important to the culture of downtown and to Durham. There's a very strong connection between what happens in the farmland and what happens in the core.
There are things like the American Tobacco Trail. It's just a marvelous example of being able to connect up a rural area with an urban area and to have people benefit all over the state of North Carolina ultimately from that kind of trail interconnection.
So we could use state funding for the stream restoration project. There's a stream that flows through Durham Central Park. Right now it's kind of an ugly cluttered creek, but if we could reclaim that, if we could use it as a demonstration project, then it would be educational as well as a natural water filtration system.
And state funding is the kind of leverage that makes things possible. For Durham to be able to have the leverage it takes to make things like the greenway system and the trail system move ahead on a pace that gets people thinking that they're going to happen.
Land for Tomorrow means a vibrant downtown.
You have to know your past in order to move on from the present to the future. We had 145 black businesses in this area. Black Wall Street, with North Carolina Mutual Savings and Loan, Mechanics and Farmers Bank.
There is a very strong connection between historic preservation, economic development, and jobs. And the historic preservation allows us to retain that part of our history that will be important to our future. Parish Street is undergoing a renaissance, but there's also a push to bring new entrepreneurship to Parish Street. The story of Parish Street is important not only to Durham, not only to the state, but also to the nation, because there were very few instances of things happening the way they did on Parish Street.
This is what it was. Now it can be that again, just in a different way.
Land for tomorrow means a healthy future.
As the cities go, so goes the rural area.
Land for Tomorrow basically is going to help ensure that we'll continue to have a good balance of development and economic opportunities, as well as recreation opportunities and beautiful natural areas.
So there's a leverage of money that the fund actually will be able to produce or be able to invest, but there's even a bigger leverage factor just on getting people to start thinking of the possibility.
Land for Tomorrow is really important because it is talking about adding money to these state trust funds over the next 5 years.
It's a good chance now to go ahead and get that land because there's just not going to be these opportunities later on.
It's important to have an investment in the future. I want this to be a great place for the next generation.
Soy de Durham y apoyo a Tierra para Mañana para el futuro.
We're from Durham and we support Land for Tomorrow.
Today.
We hope you'll support Land for Tomorrow too.